Hello.
Hello,
All right.
Perry. You fucked it.
Yeah,
We
I
had a
fucked it.
proper intro and everything.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
start
I'll
again.
do. I'm taking over. Fuck this.
No, we'll start
Welcome,
again.
boys
I
and
just,
girls, to another episode of Guys Playing Games. My name is Az.
I'm Perry.
And I'm Ed. I wasn't
And
sure who was going to go second though.
Yeah.
it's whoever wanted to pick up the fucking bait. There's the bait. Just claw on. Just take it, taste it, whatever. Reel you in. Yeah, we're back. This is another episode. We don't have much for plan this week, like most weeks, but more so this week than any other week because the news is very, very slow at the moment. So we're just going to go off the cuff and just do this thing. So
Yeah, I think we're still resting in the wake of E3, so it's not much going on.
yeah, everybody just does this big fucking explosion of the gaming pain over the internet with all the news like over E3, and then like the couple of weeks after, it's just like, yeah, we've got nothing. You know everything, so we've got nothing. So basically, that's what this podcast has, nothing. But we're still gonna fill your ears for about 50 minutes. So
It's almost like the perfect time to announce something because there's like all the E3 stuff has died down. So if somebody announced something tomorrow, everyone would be all over it because it'd be like something to talk about.
Yeah, I'm amazed. So I was actually expecting like Nintendo to like do something now. So I'll bring it into the news bit later on. But they were saying we've got some stuff like lined up, and it's like, well, now's the time because no one's talking about anything. So show us.
Yeah.
So with that, I guess we'll start how we normally start, shall we? I guess because I've taken the reins a little bit. Perry, how are you, my sweet, sweet, darling friend? How are things, and what have you been playing?
Yeah, I'm right. I'm good.
Well, that's good then.
It's about it, really. No, I've not been playing anything new. I've been playing Pokemon Go. I've been mad on the Pokemon Go hype train off the back of the Dortmund event in Germany that happened last weekend.
Was it an event?
Yeah, there was this awesome huge event in Germany.
Is
Day
that in
one.
a zoo?
No, it's like a national park. There might be a zoo attached to it. I don't know, but
That'd
Yeah,
be sick.
I'm sure I remember reading something about a Pokemon event in a zoo.
maybe
walk around
there
the zoo?
is. Maybe there is. I'm not sure. Basically,
might have dreamt it.
Dortmund, Germany hosted Niantic and about 50,000 Pokemon Go players at the weekend.
50,000?
Yeah, about 50,000 people turned up, which was nuts.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
What the fuck were they?
They literally were everywhere.
Oh,
So there was a huge Pokemon Go event. There were increased shiny rates and all this sort of stuff. There was a lots of community interaction. So Niantic flew out 6 or 7 of like the top YouTubers for the Pokemon Go sort of area. So there are people like Trainer Tips, Arctic 7, Pokemon Trainer Holly, like a bunch of other people. A bunch of content creators went out there to work on some project which is still under wraps, which has no one said anything about, which is kind of
secret.
spooky. And apparently it was like a raging success. It was huge. Apparently the first day, a bunch of the basically because there were so many people in the park, the network carriers couldn't cope, and they were like, well, fuck. So
That sounds familiar.
yeah, so they advise people to wander around the city centre as well, and not just like stick to the park. But then by all accounts, day 2 and 3 were fine. And it all went off pretty smoothly. There's a bunch of good YouTube content that's gone up from a bunch of different YouTubers that I've been consuming. I've been consuming it. And off the back of this event, basically, Niantic challenged the world to this research project, basically. So in Pokemon Go, when you swipe a Pokestop, you get a field research now. And it's basically like a little mini quest. It's like catch a water type Pokemon, or hatch an egg, or or spin a curveball, stuff like that. And the challenge was to get 5 million field researches complete before the end of the weekend.
Jesus.
Which was smashed, which was great. So as a reward, we get triple XP for Pokemon catches, which is huge. We get triple XP for egg hatches. We get double XP for raids, and we get this Saturday, there's a 3-hour window where Articuno will be spawning as a raid boss in gyms all around the world, and there is a high chance of catching the shiny version of it. So I will be out at like 10 a.m. on Saturday, plodding around Hyde Park, trying to catch Articunos.
Very nice.
That's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I'm
So
a bit
just,
consumed in the Pokemon Go hype at the minute. It's pretty cool.
You're getting them steps in, my friend.
Mate, you have no idea.
Serious.
Chip and I did like 10k yesterday. It was crazy. We were just walking
So
around.
you need to get like a fit. I've
Yeah,
done
I need to get a Fitbit.
see, look, maybe I should start doing Pokemon Go. I've only done 4,168 steps today, so I'm very disappointed in myself. I was just looking. This event
I
apparently.
think you've done really well, Az. I think that's good.
Thanks, Ed. I do try to aim for 10,000.
I don't. I think you did shit. You need to do better.
I do need to do better. That's very true. I'm with Perry on this one. I appreciate the kind-heartedness, though, Ed. Apparently, this Pokemon Go Fest has another event in July.
Yes.
In Chicago.
Yes, Chicago in July, and then Japan in August.
Yeah, in I'll pronounce this correctly. Yokosuka. Yokosuka?
Yep, Yokosuka. Yes. But so this isn't just like a park event. So the Chicago event is another park event. But the Yokosuka event is a city event, and it's literally the whole city of Yokosuka is going to become this Pokemon hub, basically. And they were so overwhelmed by the amount of people that came to the Dortmund event, they actually had to limit the amount of people that can go to the Japan one. So they're like,
oh, wow.
You have to enter a raffle and win a ticket. It doesn't cost you anything, but don't come if you don't have it, please. Like,
I don't know how to pronounce these Pokemon names, but apparently the Chicago event has increased. Is it Plusle, and Minimum spawns, giving bonus Stardust, shiny shiny Plusle, and shiny Minimum. And then there's some other Diglett shit and whatever.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
So.
It's all kicking off at the minute. I joined a Pokemon Go community, a London-based Pokemon Go community, which was cool on Discord. They're doing a meet-up this Saturday.
Are you making friends?
Tagging along.
Communicating.
I'm not making friends. I'm using them for their raid potential.
Well,
and if they fail me, I will leave.
Yeah, that's...
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Well, one of the really good things about Pokemon Go is the community. Like everyone just is so down to play.
You should share this podcast in there, but like I gave you all a shout out technically.
Yeah, I probably will. I mean, it's a pretty good Discord, a pretty big Discord. It's about 2,000, 3,000 people. So.
What's it called? Let's give them a proper shout out.
Shit, I actually don't know. Wait, let me. It's called well, because there are two. So it's Pokemon Go London UK. That's the Discord, and then off the back of the Discord, you get invited to a team Discord. So I'm also in Instinct London Pokemon Go because that's the team I'm in. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why there was confusion. So yes, I'm gonna see those guys on Saturday and probably Sunday as well. So Sunday as well. This is probably the coolest thing. All right, I know I've been harping on about Pokemon Go for like 8 solid minutes now, but I don't even care. The next so Saturday is the Articuno day, and then Sunday is the community day. So every month they Niantic announce a community day, and like basically there's loads of benefits for you meeting up with your friends and doing stuff around the city together. And this community day is focused around Squirtle, and you can catch. Do you remember the old Pokemon anime, the Squirtle Squad, the badass Squirtles with the glasses?
Yes.
You can catch the Squirtle Squad Squirtles on Sunday.
That sounded too complicated to say.
Squirtle Squad Squirtles. Yeah. with the glasses on Sunday, and I believe there's also an increased shiny rate as well for Squirtles. So I'm going to be doing that as well. Basically, this weekend is going to be action-packed Perry walking around London, gaining steps and cashing
Squirtles
necks. I don't know.
Fucking
Don't know where
last
I was
name
going
to
with that.
Ketchum.
Yeah, basically. Pretty much. That's basically me. I've been playing that. I've been playing RuneScape as well. But you don't care about that. So Ed, what have you been doing?
Hello. I've got things to say.
Oh God.
I have three things to say.
You have three things to say.
Fucking terrifying. When
I felt like you were going to pirate for a second, but like I've got so much to say, you're going to have to wait because I'm going to keep you.
No, okay. Number one, I've been playing some more God of War. I talked about it quite a lot last week, not this week, last week. So I won't harp on about it too much. I finished the main storyline. It was very good. I enjoyed it a lot.
It was.
Yeah,
so
give me the sequel.
That spoiler you had. I don't want to give spoilers because Perry still hasn't played it, and anyone who might listen who hasn't completed it.
Yeah.
Was the spoiler the one right at the end that you got?
Yes.
Yes.
It would, if I hadn't known that, it would have been a real like what the fuck moment.
Yeah.
But because
That's real sad that got.
Yeah, because I went into the game like completely blind.
Yeah.
So the fact that I learned that one single piece of information.
This conversation is giving me anxiety.
Yeah, it's true. Legit, like we won't tell you what it was, but the spoiler Ed had.
Basically, what happened was because there's obviously callbacks to the previous games in the game. So I went to the like God of War like wiki page and was reading up on the history of like the previous games, and at some point during my reading that page, I glanced at something which gave away something, and I was annoyed with myself.
Oh, so you spoiled it for yourself?
But unintentionally. Because I was just reading about the previous games. But anyway,
that's the worst. Because you can't even blame someone. You can't even be like, "Fuck you, guy, for spoiling that for me." You have to be like, "Fuck you, me."
Fucking hate myself. Why did I read that?
Why do I read?
Pretty
myself,
much, yeah.
Literally.
Why did I learn to read all of these years?
Well, that fucking stinks. To be fair, that legit.
Yeah. It was unfortunate, but it didn't diminish my. It didn't diminish my enjoyment of the game. And even after like finishing the main story, I have continued to play and level up and do a bunch of the other quests and stuff.
Have you started to feel the monotony yet?
Not quite. Like I did all the trials, the volcano trial stuff. There was some tough challenges in there, but I got through them. Apart from the fucking last one, which is the Valkyrie. I haven't killed any Valkyries yet. And I'm very
Can I give you a semi-spoiler? It's not really a spoiler because it's post-game stuff. But that Valkyrie is in the end.
Oh, that's not the last.
No, you open up a bunch more after that. Just to forewarn you, it's not really a spoiler because there's no story relation.
I just watched Ed's spirit die.
Yeah, my soul was crushed. It was when I did it. I was like, "Here comes my platinum, well, not my platinum trophy, but here comes my gold trophy." And then like it didn't, and I was like, "Fuck!" And then all of a sudden, I think your trash is like, "Oh look, we opened a lot more stones!" Ah! And I'm like, "Oh, great, fuck."
Yeah, I mean, I can't see I'm going to be beating her anytime soon, so I'm not that fussed.
Yeah.
If I can get one of the Valkyries down, I'll be happy just to knock off the like side mission thing. Yeah, well, good for you. I'm probably not going to go that hardcore into it because they're fucking difficult. The other stuff I'm all right with. It's just the Valkyries are fucking. I'm finding them a bit.
No, they are real difficult. That's what I was saying to you earlier on. Is like you really need to learn their moves because once you get one Valkyrie's moveset down, they're all very similar, and you can apply that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I mean, the few that I've kind of like just toyed with, just see what it's like.
Your best bet, in honesty, might be to look up a guide online and find out what the easiest to the hardest is.
Yeah, I've looked up the easiest one already.
And have you tried fighting him?
Yeah, I got him down to like 75% health.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, as I said, that's the best bet.
I'm just no good.
Are you able to buff yourself up before you fight him? Like, are there any more levels you can gain or?
There's more stuff I can do. I haven't been to one of the realms. One of the realms I haven't visited at all, and apparently has an armor set that replenishes your health.
Yes.
So I need to go and probably get myself a set of that. I think that might help a bit.
Yeah, you'll do it. I believe in you.
I don't.
I mean, Harry's probably right. But yeah.
I mean, I've played a lot of Destiny and Division with you. Like,
thanks, friend.
Yes, real.
Your face is great. You're like, wow, you dick.
Aside from that, I had a weekend of finishing games. So Saturday night, I ran just totally on a whim. I was like, I know, I'll fire up Witcher 3. Turns out I was really near the end of the main storyline, so I finished that off as well.
Oh, nice.
Sick.
The unfortunate thing about that was I got the worst possible ending.
Oh.
Which I was really sad about and made me question my life.
No spoilers.
I'm not going to say what the ending is, but I am aware that I got the worst possible outcome.
I installed the game.
Have you?
About 2 weeks ago, in the intent to play it, and I just haven't had time. So it's
Hack,
there.
but you've been playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, which means I haven't had time.
It means don't play Pokemon Go. Play The Witcher.
But I'm getting fit.
It's true. Keep playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
I should start playing Pokemon Go.
You should start playing Pokemon Go.
I could cheat. Couldn't I just get on the treadmill when I go to the gym and just fucking run?
Nah, that's not how it works, mate. It doesn't work by steps, it works by GPS.
Yeah, but don't you let,
You
can't I unlock some eggs?
No,
No,
because it tracks your distance traveled.
Yeah, it tracks the distance you travelled via GPS, not by steps. But you can, incidentally, spoof your GPS. So you can, and people do that, and they're poo boys.
Can't, I'm on an iPhone.
Apparently you can do it on an iPhone.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Nice. Go on then. That was number two.
Anyway.
Witcher was number 2.
Yeah. So yeah, Witcher 3. Yeah. So the ending, like, it's. I'm gonna say, like, it's an amazing game. The ending that I got was a massive bummer, like, considering the amount of time I put into it, and really made me question my decision-making process as a human.
Was I a piece of shit this whole game?
Yeah, and like, but not because of that, because I thought I'd been doing the right thing, but it turns out that I hadn't been. So it's like, well, is my decision-making process as a person?
You literally
flawed?
just questioned your life.
Yeah, it was
at the end
like
of this game. You were like, what have I been doing?
it really did. It was like, how have I gone through this game being nice to everyone, doing all the side missions, being all nice and friendly, and
Spoilers.
trying to do right by everyone, and then end up with the worst possible fucking outcome.
It's funny, like obviously I was saying last week how I completed Vampire, and all I kept seeing online was people saying how Vampire is the first game they've played where it's made them question like who they are as a person. Whereas me, I was like, nah.
Fucking kill them all, kill them all. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care about your conversation. You're getting eaten. It doesn't matter. What?
Yeah. So yeah, the main storyline ending was, that was a real bummer. Like, a lot of the side questy stuff that has its own kind of like iterative endings and like different paths and stuff. Some of those I was kind of fairly happy with, but it was the main storyline thing, which it kind of really bummed me out a bit. But I've still got the DLCs to play, so at some point I will be going back to do that, because apparently they're very good.
So is there any way? Is there any way you can like go back in your save file and edit the ending, or is it is that done now?
It's over the course of the entire game, and if you don't do it, like, start doing it early enough, like you're kind of set on a path, I think.
Okay, no spoilers, but okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm scared now.
Yeah.
I don't want to play it. I'm not playing it anymore. I'm uninstalling it.
It was as much of a bummer as it was like really impressive that it kind of had this kind of impact, and the fact that it was kind of, the decisions are done the way that they are and the way that it makes people think about them, I thought was incredibly clever. And if they can bring any of this kind of sensibility to Cyberpunk, I cannot wait. So yeah.
What's number 3?
Number 3, I've been watching a lot of PUBG this weekend because we had the EU PGI qualifiers, which were in the UK.
Oh, Perry has found his RuneScape feelings for a game.
Continue.
I don't care. I'm really enjoying it. Like, the tournament's really good. They're upping their production values, kind of each qualifier that they seem to do, they're kind of upping the production values. Like, so it's like it was improved over the NA one, which I think was the weekend before. The interesting thing about the one this weekend was there was a very small number of teams that actually like was winning games. So they played 15 games over the course of 3 days, and only I think it was 3 or 4 teams actually won games, compared to the NA qualifier where I think like almost every team won a game. Like, it was really kind of divided. So like this weekend, like Liquid won I think 4 out of the 15. They took the first 2 back to back, then Rogue took 2 back to back, and I think Liquid won another one.
Was it like a free for all every time where every team was in the game?
Yeah, it's 20 teams.
Holy shit, that's a lot of intense gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, if you think
of like
the Overwatch
they're playing
League,
Yeah, they play 5 games a day with all 20 teams participating in each game.
That's crazy.
Jesus Christ. That's
Like,
a lot of
Yeah.
Overwatch League, I thought was bad because they played 5 matches, which could equate to up to 3 games per match in each. I thought that was a lot, and then you've got like LCS, like League of Legends. They play 1 match and then they have like a 2-hour break.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the
it's crazy.
games, the thing about squads is that the squads matches are actually kind of shorter because you're a 4-man unit. There's kind of more firepower kind of coming in and out, so the people fall quicker. Certainly in the later stages of the game. So the matches are only like 30-40 minutes apiece. So like most of the broadcasts at the weekend, like although they were playing like 5 games, the broadcast was maybe like 4 hours.
Oh, fair enough.
So like it was quite condensed. I think there's maybe 1 qualifier left in one of the other regions left to go, and then it was Berlin at the end of this month for like the full-on thing. There's a few notable teams who didn't make it actually. FaZe, one of the big European teams, missed out. So it was the top 3 teams who went through to Berlin. FaZe came in 4th. They had a bit of a slow start on the first couple of days and didn't really kind of get into high enough gear, so they actually missed out on going through, which was a shame because I kind of quite like those. Cloud9 and Tempo Storm are also not through. I don't think they played in the US qualifier. Yeah, so there's a lot of newer teams that have sprung up. There's like this one last weekend. There was a whole bunch of teams who they're not pro teams. They haven't got sponsors. Like they're just a bunch of mates who've like been playing together for like. I think there's one team that's literally been playing together for like 2 months and made it through the qualifiers and got into like the finals.
I guess if you're good at the game, though, you can just be a thrown together team like that. Like,
yeah.
If you're good
I mean,
at PUBG,
actually,
like...
I went back and watched some of the US stuff from the previous weekend, and Ghost, who are like one of the big US teams, they actually had to sub. They actually subbed in. There was some issue with 2 of their players playing, so they actually subbed in 2 guys from Navi who weren't playing. So it was like almost like 2 duos playing under the name of Ghost, and they actually won the first match of the qualifier. And they spoke to them afterwards. They're like, "Oh yeah, so like you guys are obviously new to playing together. Like how many scrim like have you spent on practicing?" They were like, "Yeah, this was our 3rd game." And they won and had like 19 kills or something like ridiculous. They were just mowing people down. It was pretty funny.
It
was a lot of good PUBG action, and I'm quite hyped for the full like tournament at the end of the month. They're actually I didn't realize they're doing 2. So all the teams are going to participate in a 3rd person and a 1st person perspective tournament with $1 million for each like version. So I'm kind of interested to see how that works.
It's a disturbing amount of money. But
yeah, this is because it's being run by PUBG Corp and Bluehole and stuff. Like this is their big push to legitimize it as an esport. Yeah. Much in the way that Epic have said, like, we're going to spend $100 million in the next year on fucking esports. Like, they're just, they want to push it as like, this is kind of how it has that longevity. And like,
yeah, cool.
Yeah, good times.
Cool,
so,
cool.
over to you.
Oh, Jesus! So I weren't prepared. You guys had like so much stuff today. Like, now I'm just like this little old me. What have I done?
You thought I was prepared?
Well, you made it sound like you were a little bit. Yeah. What the fuck have I been doing? I've nearly finished Black Mesa because I picked that up last week. Once I picked it up, I've had it ages, just never played it. And like I shared last week, I've never actually completed Half-Life 1. So just trying to get that done. Really enjoying that. It's like I said last week, the further I get into it, the more I'm like, this game is ridiculously still like holds up. Like it's just crazy to me how well that game holds up. It's nuts.
Yeah, because Half-Life is, what was that, 96, 97?
98, wasn't it?
98.
Yeah, 98. So it's fucking 20 years actually. Fuck.
That's doing
Jesus. Well. Yeah, it's doing well. It's doing a nice time. I haven't really been playing anything else, to be fair.
After last week's gargantuan list of...
Yeah, I was like, at the end of last week's episode, I played 8 games this week. I'm going to play fucking 9 games next week. I haven't I've been playing the same shit. I've been playing Mario Tennis. I've been playing Quake Champions, and I've been playing whatever I just mentioned, Black Mesa. Quake Champions though, been doing some 2v2 ranked on that, and that shit is fucking fantastic. Like me and my friend Dan have been enjoying the shit out of that. Like that, the player base of that game really fucks me off because it deserves to be so much bigger than it actually is. It's got like a 10k player base, which is fucking minuscule. Again, for those with no visual, there is a cat on the screen right now.
There he is.
He's just sniffing the microphone.
That's what he likes to do.
Taking all the attention off me again. He did this fucking last week as well. He's doing it this week.
I've trained him. Whenever you start talking.
Come on screen. Nobody's going to pay any attention to him. So yeah, I've got nothing. Like you guys, very rare for me. I've legit got nothing.
It is rare.
I don't even know what the fuck I've been doing. What have I been doing?
Everything.
Existed.
I tried to make a plan with you last week, and you were like, August.
Maybe. Hey, I made plans with you today. I'll see you on the 21st in Camden.
True.
I'll see you then. So that's a thing. Ed, you're not doing nothing that night. My girlfriend.
Yeah, I was going to say, thanks for inviting me.
Never been to one of my girlfriend's gigs before, so I just didn't.
I haven't.
What do you think? Do you want to come down? I'll invite you on the podcast. Anyone on the podcast? You want to come see my girlfriend's band play? They're playing a fucking
unofficial GPG meetup.
Yeah, unofficial. I'm actually going to expose what the fucking venue's called. I forgot what it's called now. It's like the Black something. It's
the Black Heart in Camden.
Yes, the Black Heart in Camden.
Where's
the
that?
Black Heart. It's behind. It's on the road that runs parallel to the High Street, basically. It's like behind World's End.
It's 2 to 3.
Okay. I think I know.
It's a really great venue. I saw Tommy, what's his face? You know the frontman for Asking Alexandria, the American guy.
No, you're about fucking Danny.
Danny, that's the one. I saw him there a little while ago.
Oh, look at them, mate. They've played a big time. They're playing a headline show there. So go them.
Nice.
So Ed, come. I'll link you to a ticket later on. You buy a ticket, you can come.
Lovely time.
Bring Rach as well. Bring the cat. We'll all go.
Be nice. Family outing.
Family outing. Why not? On a Friday night. Do you know what I realised as well as we were all talking there? That we haven't even mentioned. We're hitting a milestone again. It's like episode 40. We're slowly.
It is the big 4-0.
As I say, we're slowly ticking on to 50 episodes, which I think I've been a part. By then, I would have been a part for 25 or 6. I think for this. I think I'll come in about halfway.
Let's look back.
Actually, was that late? I don't know.
I'm going to quickly look back.
It's quite late.
Actually, no, it would be. No, that would be about right. I think it was about episode 24 I come in. So we're about to hit. We're aiming for fucking milestones right here.
Train.
Ed's gonna find out. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm almost there.
When I said we have nothing this week, I was dead serious.
Yeah, it's me looking through a spreadsheet.
Yeah, he's looking for a spreadsheet.
It is episode 24. You're right.
See, I fucking knew it. See, I remembered. I've got good memory sometimes. So yeah, we're episode 40. Woo,
we're gonna have to do something special for number 50. I don't know what the hell it is.
Episode 50 will have to be a special episode. For what that will be, people, we don't know. But we've got 10 weeks to decide.
10 weeks to sort it out. Yeah,
we should meet up and do a cosplay event. And Az should be Luigi. Ed should be. Wait, no. Az should be Mario. Ed should be Luigi, and I should be Yoshi.
Okay.
Right.
Why
I know. I'm just saying words. I'm just saying fucking words, Az. It's a podcast. That's what we do.
It's not great for audio.
Get a Paris flat and dress like Mario characters and do nothing. Just sit in the flat together, dressed as characters from Mario. That's what we should do.
We can rent little go-karts and we can film ourselves riding around London throwing foam shells at people. There you go.
I feel like episode 50 that maybe we should all be in the same area for that episode. Potentially.
That might be nice. Maybe. Yeah. I'll see if I'm washing my hair, but yeah, sounds good.
Work something. Fucking washing your hair. Disgraceful. How about some news?
Yeah, that's
segue into the news. News in the segue. Segue in the. Yeah, I'll stop. Have you got anything, Ed?
So, who's got news?
Yeah, sure. I can kick this off.
I say I've got some stuff as well. To be fair.
There's a few bits I've
we
jotted down.
were so good last week, and now we're just poo. What are we doing with our lives?
No.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. We're talking about stuff.
This is good audio right now. This is fun times. People will enjoy this. They'll listen, and maybe listen again. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie.
Please
I'm just concentrated on the cat running backwards and forwards from your bedroom in the background. Just like...
See, on Skype, my little window is like a very small portrait rectangle, so I can't see what's going. I didn't even realise that was in shot.
Tucked off into the hallway now.
Yeah, we'll be back in a sec.
All right, new section. Right, who's got stuff?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Actual video game related content.
Yes.
There's a game that popped up on my radar last week. I think I posted it in our little chatty thing, but it's called Wreckfest, and it's like a destruction derby type car smash 'em uppy type thing. People seem to be enjoying it. Like it's like if you're looking for something that's a bit of a kind of no-brainer, looks nice, has apparently very, very good damage modeling. It's a fun little thing. It was in early access for a long time.
Is this one of the dudes who did Burnout?
No, you're thinking of Three Fields, which is someone else I'm going to talk about in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
The cats are now fighting on the floor behind me.
They're taking over this fucking podcast.
They want the spotlight.
Anyway, this is £38.
So yeah, so it's come out of early access. It was in early access for like 3 years or something, and apparently when it first launched, it was just garbage. But now they've finished it and kind of polished it over the years. It's actually pretty decent, and it's quite good fun. It's on PC now. It's coming to console in November. It's by Bugbear Entertainment, who their last game was Ridge Racer Unbounded, which wasn't great, which I'm led to believe. But they're also the original people behind Flat Out before Flat Out went to another developer. So they have some sort of vague pedigree in games about smashing cars up. Yeah, and it's a good time. Like there's a whole range of different vehicles, everything from like ride-on lawnmowers that you can run into other lawnmowers to like school buses and like combine there's one video I watched where there's all the kind of stock like saloon muscle car like destruction derby cars lined up on a grid with like tractors and school buses and a combine harvester, and then they all just go at it.
And fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are your cats quite okay?
They seem to be having a lovely time.
Sure, they're not killing each other.
No, they're fine.
I thought you only had one fucking cat. Now there's two cats.
No, there's two. They're multiplying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've always had two. Yeah, they are taking over the podcast. Next week's podcast will just be Splodge sat in this chair meowing.
That sounds good. Like that
yeah,
album.
Wreckfest. It's out on Steam now. Go check it out if you like smashing up cars and like just fun times. Somebody else want to?
Yeah. I'm gonna jump in and just talk about this. Well, I say this year's. It's the second one of the year, but I think we touched it last week. We spoke about SGDQ. Perry will want to chime in here as well, I'm sure. So SGDQ is Summer Games Done Quick. So obviously these guys, they do Awesome Games Done Quick as well. I don't know how much they raised earlier this year, but this summer's event has just raised $2.12 million dollars for Doctors Without Borders, which is fucking crazy money for a load of dudes streaming games.
I think their record high was over 4 million, and that was like 2016 summer.
Real?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
Awesome Games Done Quick earlier this year was like 1.8 mil, I think, which is still impressive. But yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts what they do. Some of the games that they play as well that they break is just insane. Like the new Doom was played this time round, and it was nuts. Like I think he beat the game in like an hour.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah. Apparently, though, he was doing like this bunny hop trick where if you look at a certain angle, jump and sprint at the same time, you just fly across the map.
Oh wow!
So, yeah.
I was watching a guy online yesterday who did similar thing on Half-Life 1. Completes Half-Life 1 in 20 minutes, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah,
So
they-
yeah, they've raised a lot of money. I saw another interesting thing that come out of it. Apparently, the quickest speed run of this event anyway was actually done by a robot. Has anyone seen anything about this?
No, what?
Apparently,
It's the
a
Cass
robot.
robot, right? Is it
Yeah.
Cass? Tass?
Tass,
Tass,
yes,
that's the one.
yeah. See, look, you know. Yeah, Tass completed Celeste. I'm just trying to find the time they did it in. Yeah, so quickest speed run wasn't actually done by a fucking
10
human.
minutes or something like that, wasn't it?
It's fucking
It was super quick.
crazy quick. Apparently, it was impossible for a human to do anyway, like what it was doing. So,
We're talking about computers playing games. There was a thing, I think it was actually a couple of weeks ago now, that I think a good few podcasts back, Perry, you mentioned about the Dota AI that was being.
Oh yeah.
together.
The
So apparently
bot that
they've actually got it to a point where they've actually got a 5-man squad up and running,
that's terrifying.
and they're actually going to play. I think they're going to do like a showcase match at the International Invitational. What the hell? TI.
I will watch that because that sounds
they're
nuts.
going to pitch this 5-man AI team against like a team of pros, and see what happens. That could be could be interesting / terrifying.
It's going to be so from the videos that I watched last time about this, the pros that were playing were like, it's just impossible because like you'll never win against a team of bots because the human element is completely gone. So for example, like if
But
if
the thing about having a squad of 5 computers is they have to learn to communicate the stuff about the map. I don't know. There's that kind of aspect.
I suppose
kind of
the big
shot
question would be,
calling essentially.
Yeah.
So it's be interesting to see, how capable it is in that respect.
I
Because
suppose
you would think something like shot calling is a very human natured thing. That kind of instinctual, like off the cuff, like, oh shit, why don't we push everyone push this lane or whatever. Like there's kind of some very kind of gut reactionary stuff that can happen. So how a machine deals with that kind of decision making is going to be interesting.
the biggest question is going to be if it's one bot playing 5 accounts or 5 bots playing different accounts. Because if it's 5 different bots playing different accounts, then yeah, your point is super valid, and it's going to be interesting to see how they communicate and interact with each other.
Yeah,
But if
from
it's
what
just
I
like
was
one-
reading, I think it's 5. I think it's 5 separate things. I don't think it's one
Interesting.
controlling.
I want to
I think
watch
it's
this.
5 separate
I want to see.
instances. So yeah, that could be it's the international, isn't it? I always
Yeah, the international.
Yeah.
That's the Dota.
yeah. So it must be coming up soon. Actually, I don't have the dates. Somebody wants to as is quick on the Google.
and what do you just want the date?
Yeah, let's check a date up.
The International 2018 is on the 20th of August to the 25th of August, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
not that far away. It's just over a
Yeah.
month.
I thought it was this month, but yeah, fine. So yeah, end of next month.
Oh, actually, no. I'm actually wrong. It has started, but it's qualifiers. Qualifiers began in June.
Okay.
They're now finished. The group stage is then August 15th to August 18th, and then the main event is the 20th to the 25th.
Yeah, so yeah, we only care about the main event. So, yeah.
Oh, well, the main event is the end of next month.
Cool. So yeah, we'll look forward to seeing the like AI uprising in full effect.
Yeah, into the world as we fucking
Yeah.
know. More stuff. Another
Just
game.
before we move off the topic of Summer Games Done Quick, there was a notable thing that they did this year. So in an effort to keep sort of the speed running events relevant and not just become the same games being run by different people every year, they started introducing like different categories. So one thing we saw was Zelda Ocarina of Time bingo run, and essentially what this is there's like a sheet of 5x5 tasks that you have to complete in the game. And the idea is you have to complete either a column, diagonal, or
As you can choose which things you do.
a row. Yeah. But
Okay, that's quite interesting.
It's really inventive because it means the speedrunner has to like plot these things into his route on the fly. So yeah, that I thought that was a really good concept, and apparently it's become quite a big thing in speedrunning now because like speedrunning, like speedrunning is only enjoyable. So, like, there's got to be a limit, right? There's got to be like a ceiling to how long you can enjoy speedrunning a game.
You know, there's there's going to be a point where on any one title you're going to hit a maximum threshold of like this can't be done any faster.
Exactly. So
exactly.
they did the whole speedrunning races, which was really cool, and I mean they still do it now. And now they're moving on to the bingo stuff. So yeah, it's an interesting slot. So yeah, if you haven't watched it, definitely check out the Ocarina of Time bingo run because it's a good example of what they're doing these days. One more notable speedrun that came out of Summer Games Done Quick was the guy that completed Pokemon Yellow and Blue with one controller at the same time. That was exactly. He completed.
Hurts my brain to think about that.
He completed both games, Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Blue, at the same time with one controller.
That must be so easy to fucking get yourself into a black hole. You just can't exit.
It was crazy. Watching him do it was nuts.
I'm gonna look that up because that sounds disgusting.
And I'm pretty sure he beat it in like an hour and a bit, which crushes 12-year-old me's soul because I put about 50 hours into my first playthrough of Pokemon Yellow.
It just sounds wrong. Like why? Like how? Why? So many questions.
It must be so similar the maps. I was gonna say.
Well, I mean, they're exactly the same. Like the games are almost identical. I think Yellow only has one extra battle in it that Blue didn't have. But yeah, otherwise they're identical. But yeah, but like watching him deal with the different RNG stuff. So he's built the same Pokemon set, but the same team basically on both games. But like he caught the Nidoran like 5 catches earlier on Blue than he did on Yellow, and he was like, well, if I don't catch it soon, I'm gonna have to just go without a Nidoran, and it's gonna fuck my game. Like, and then like watching him like battle gym leaders, and he's like, if they crit me, then I wipe out, and it's game over. And you know, and like he might get crit on one game, but then not crit on the other, and it's like watching him like rectify the errors. It's really impressive. Watch it. Watch the speedrun because it's really cool.
That sounds chaos, indeed. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Cool. I've got one other little tidbit. It's because it is literally a tidbit. Shenmue collection got updated. That is coming out next month, and I believe it's August 21st. It's out everywhere. I'm pretty sure it's out on Steam, Xbox One, and PS4. I never actually played the original games. Did anyone ever play the original Shenmue?
No, I haven't played them.
I never played it, and I feel like on my little journey that I'm going through this year of completing shit that I should have completed, that I need to pick these up and go back and play them. Because they're one of those games that's always spoke about as being like this masterpiece.
Yeah, true, because obviously Shenmue 3 is like the big, supposedly a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, when Shenmue 1 and 2 originally dropped, I mean, Shenmue 2 came out on Xbox, but they can't on Dreamcast. I was all about that Sonic Adventure hype. I was only fucking about 10 years old. Like, I didn't want to play fucking Shenmue. That looked like the most boring shit in the world to a 10-year-old. So, but now, being a little bit older and a little bit dumber, I actually want to try it. So
a lot dumber.
A lot dumb. Much dumb. Much idiot.
Many dumb.
So, many dumb. Very dumb. Yeah, so I want to play it. So that's me. That's all I got this week. Not gonna lie. Ed, you got anything else? Ed, Perry.
Let's talk about what we are looking to play in the near future. I suppose. Like it was my initial thought behind this was what came out of Steam sale. Did anyone see anything they like? Did they buy it? What are they gonna play?
Well,
Ed's answer is no.
Yeah, I don't have a gaming PC, so no, I didn't buy anything in the Steam sale.
Well, fuck you, Ed.
To be fair, Ed, you've had about 9 billion sales on Xbox and PS4 to choose stuff to buy from.
There have been some sales. Well, yeah, I mean, well, in the sale I happened over E3, I did actually pick up. I'm kind of holding off talking about it until I played it a bit more. But I did buy season 1 of Life is Strange in the Xbox sale.
Ooh.
I've played. Me and Rach played We've been playing it together, which
I was
is
going to
nice.
say that's an awesome game for you and Rach to play together.
We finished the first episode, but I wanted to get a little bit more into it before discussing it on here. So yeah, I won't say any more about that now.
Yeah, good. Let's hold off on that.
And yeah, the other thing I bought over E3 was God of War was in sale as well, so I got that for like the digital download of that for like 40 quid, which was recent. Cool. So yeah, that's kind of my saley stuff.
There is something that I wanted to do every week that I'm trying to stick to.
Oh
and
yes,
failing. My deal of the week.
That's his deal of the week.
My deal of the week. I've got one this week, and it's a bit of an oldie but a goodie. CEX at the moment are selling Nintendo Wii's for £15.
Why do we want a Wii?
Because if that's not a steal, I don't know what is. There are so many fucking gems on the Wii. It's worth spending £15 and picking up one of these old bad boys and fucking getting Mario Galaxy or something like that if you've never played it. And just
Mario
get it.
Galaxy.
Well, yeah, exactly.
15
Even
quid.
I played Mario Galaxy.
15 quid.
Oh, there you go.
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword.
That's
great. Wait, wasn't Twilight Princess on the Wii as well?
Twilight Princess was also on the Wii. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2.
Oh,
Twilight
wait, what was that sick game that was on the Wii that had the awesome art style? Mad World?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. The black and white. Yeah, I was literally about to mention that.
Red.
I was about to mention that because I've got that, and that game was fucking wild. Like, it wasn't like the best game ever, but it was fucking crazy. So I've got that here actually. Me and Liz actually got a Wii for £15 at a car boot sale, and I bought a shitload of games for it. But I bet it's
okay. So if the console's 15 quid, how much are the games going for?
I have no idea.
3.
All I know is that's a fucking steal. 15 quid.
3p.
That's with a warranty. The salesman, the ex-game salesman in me is like, you get a fucking year's warranty with that shit. That's worth £15 right there. Easy. That is deal of the week.
Nice.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
Good. I mean, I might get one, but probably not.
You probably won't. It's not deal of the week for you guys. It's deal of the week for whoever's listening and might think, do you know what? I like the Wii.
Pikmin was on the Wii. That was good.
Pikmin was on the Wii. Do you know what else is really good on the Wii? And I'd say is the definitive version of that game. Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 on the Wii was fucking great because you could obviously point and shoot and shit, and it was fucking. It's fantastic. Really appreciate that game.
Nice.
Good.
Yes. Good. That's all I've got.
Well, on the topic of games that we're wanting to play, I've got some. I didn't buy them this Steam sale, but I bought them last Steam sale, and I've just not installed or played. So one of them is Witcher 3, which we all know about. The other one is Darkest Dungeon. Now, I've been watching a bunch of streams of Darkest Dungeon, and it looks mad cool. It has like a hardcore status sort of feel. Like, you know, like in XCOM, when like one of your guys dies, they're dead.
Oh yeah.
It's a similar sort of thing. So like,
it's been around for a little while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been around for quite a while, but and it looks very, very good. So I want to play that. And the other one, this is probably like the top of my list at the minute, because I read a bunch of reviews about it a couple of weeks ago, and it apparently is fantastic. It's called The Long Dark, and it is an environmental survival game, where like little things like the side of a mountain you're walking on determines like the temperature in the area and wind shear, and like it's set in like a post-apocalyptic world where this Arctic tundra now exists everywhere, and it's about how like you survive in that world, but like the weather element to it looks cool. Fuck you, Ed, go away.
Nice.
I'm just laughing because I did this weird thing.
I was making faces at Az.
Ed emulated me when I did it.
It wasn't anything to do with what you're saying.
Okay. It wasn't. No.
Fine. Okay. Well, I'm done.
No. Because I remember. I think you've mentioned it before on here. It does sound intriguing.
I want to play that game also. I have it in my Steam library. Have not played it because I have about 1 billion games in my Steam library that I don't have. And speaking of games you want to play, I got Enter the Gungeon, which looks fucking hard. Heard of that? Perry,
yeah.
Basically, it's just a little
roguelike.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So basically, you drop in and if you die, that's it. You're dead. You have to go back to the beginning, and all the enemies are guns who shoot their guns at you, and you have to basically survive all these different levels. It's like a little arcade twin stick shootery type thing.
Twin stick. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, I love Twin Stick. Do you remember Nex Machina? Do you remember that? Do you remember the amount of fucking hours we put into that game at your house?
Yes.
And do you remember how addicted Ash got to it as well?
Yes. Fucking game is
that
fantastic.
Game was great.
Also.
Oh, I've got that in my Steam library. Oh, I need to play that as well. Oh, you fuck's sake.
Ah.
It's too much. It's too much.
I've got loads of stuff in my Steam library as well, but I'm never going to play any of it.
Until you buy that
Wait,
PC that
you've got a Steam library?
Yeah, I used to play on PC a lot.
Then why don't you share the love?
Counter-Strike and...
Well, you don't have a PC.
Oh, you want access to my Steam library? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
There probably won't be anything in there you want to play. It's just full of crap.
Is it all like 90 years old?
Well, yeah, I haven't bought anything recent.
So it's probably old shit, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it's gonna be at least 10 years old because that's how old this computer is.
Oh dear. When are we fixing that? When are we gonna fix your predicament?
When I get some money.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Short version.
Chip's PC blew up last night, and he was just like, "I can buy a new one."
Did it actually?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was really funny. He was like, "Yeah, I was just sitting there, it turned off, and I didn't move. I was just kept playing Pokemon." Like, I was like, "Oh, okay."
So you buying a new PC?
Well, I don't know. So
Not that any listener cares about this, but I care.
He was like, "Yeah, I probably should buy a new one," and I'm like, "Yeah, you should. We should build a new one. That's what we should do." He was like, "Or you can come around my house and fix it." So I think I'm going to try and do that on Saturday to help him out.
Do you want to buy me a PC instead?
Fuck. That motherfucker has money. He should be buying a new PC.
That's exactly what I said.
His PC is a fucking relic. It upsets me.
It sounds like it was great. So every now and then he brings his PC to mine, and whenever he turns it on, it sounds like it's going to take off. It's like it's great. I'm like, holy shit. Let's just huddle around it for warmth. It's like a little radiator.
When those long nights start drawing in.
Remember when I came over and he had it? Like, Chip, random change of subject as well. Chip's not becoming a celebrity through this pod. If anyone who knows this pod knows who Chip is. He gets a mention every week.
Every week.
Like, pretty much, yeah.
It's 'cause Chip's a boy.
Chip might as well be the fourth member because, like, he's always spoke about.
He should be like, he should be the guy that just sits in the back and doesn't say anything. He just eats chips and plays games.
There was one episode that we recorded at your house, and Chip was sat in the room silently for the entire episode.
I think he didn't he say like 2 or 3 words? He was like, yeah, true.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's it. He's an official member.
Well, you can tell him.
Well, he'll find out when he listens to this.
I feel like we've tangented.
Obviously, he does listen to it every week.
Yeah, of course. Obviously. Every week. Sure. I would definitely not put money on that.
I bet he does.
I bet he does.
I wouldn't blame him. We've totally ran off course. Has anyone got anything else, or are we going to wrap this bad boy up?
Let's wrap. I think we're in ramble mode. Let's wrap. I think we had a nice little talk. We did a thing.
It's been a nice time.
It's been a nice time.
It's been a thing.
I can go and fail to kill Valkyries again.
Do you know what? I'll hold my hands up right now. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even realise it was Wednesday, and then Ed messaged and was like, "Is everybody ready to go on Skype?" And I was like, "Holy fucking shit! It's Wednesday. We need to record." Like, fuck. So,
I did exactly the same thing.
I legit did. Well, because I forgot. I legit was thinking it was Tuesday.
But I was actually working instead.
Fuck.
I was logged on to work, typing away. It got to like 7 o'clock, and I was just like, "Wait, what day is it? Holy shit, it's podcast day!" I better have a shower. I better eat. I better get ready to record.
Next week we'll have a topic. We'll have a topic.
We'll be better.
We will Cleopatra come at you.
I don't think this has been awful. Did you say we'll be Cleopatra coming at you? Did you just say that?
just wrap.
On that note,
It's been a week, guys. It's been an episode.
Sorry.
We've been guys playing games. Can you do all the nice stuff? And if you enjoyed this incoherent ramble for the last however many minutes that we've been
if you enjoyed it, you should probably seek help.
If you enjoyed it, you're probably as mentally broken as we are.
Probably. So with that, you should probably click the subscribe button down below if you're watching us on YouTube, along with that notification bell, because that notification bell lets you know when we have new shit out, and you should click it because we're all nice. Leave us a comment, leave us a like, do all that stuff. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/guys playing games. Follow us on Twitter @guys playing Gs, @guys playing GS, follow us on Instagram @guys playing games. We're done for another week. We'll be back next week with another topic. Maybe we might have a topic. We might all forget we're even fucking recording again. Who knows? But that's us for this week. I have been Az.
I've been Perry. Fuck you, Ed.
And I've been Ed.
And we're
Goodbye.
Guys Playing Games. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.